the viperwolf, the hyena of Pandora, and one of the deadliest land animals in Avatar, and the Demodog, a creature created by Vecna that is built to kill humans, and this thing is in the Stranger Things series. But what would happen if these two hellish monsters met in combat? Who would survive? Who would die? Avatar versus Stranger Things. Let's find out. What is up, everybody? It's your host Inferno back with a new video, and in today's video, I am going to be putting the Viperwolf up against the Demodog. And yeah, you guys already know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I usually don't do this, but turn on notifications as well, so that way you never miss another video. So, back to the video. Starting off with the Viperwolf, and boy, these guys are impressive. Let's start off with his armor. Now, this guy isn't really the most durable. However, it should provide some resistance up against the Demodog, as it is covered in an armor that is similar to the exoskeleton of beetles. Also, the Viper Wolves have jaws capable of crushing bones, and their teeth are sharp as obsidian. And obsidian is pretty much the sharpest rock in the world. They are also highly intelligent, capable of coordinating attacks, working in groups, and forming deep emotional bonds between members of their packs. Also, they are highly dexterous, as they actually have opposable thumbs. They also have night vision, so if the fight drags out into the night, the Viper Wolf will have the advantage. They're also they're also pretty agile and very strong, as they are capable of overpowering Jake Sully. And Jake Sully, in his avatar, is actually 10 feet tall, and the Viper Wolf was able to leap up to heights that high. So it has very powerful back leg muscles, and is also very strong in general, as it was capable of holding down Jake Sully, who would easily overpower the strongest humans. So yeah, that is the Viper Wolf. They are very deadly. But let's see what the Demodog has to offer. Now, the Demodog is also very, very impressive, as they are capable of busting down metal doors. They are incredibly fast. They also are capable of tanking gunfire, but only for a while. Their only weakness is fire, but one of their main weaknesses is fire. However, they can be killed. Also, the Demodog is very resilient, as in the show, there was one that literally had its stomach, like its bottom, like its abdomen cut with like organs visible, or like bones visible, and it still was living through the pain. Yeah, these guys are basically the Stranger Things version of the Skull Crawler. So yeah, this guy is very impressive. However, they do get overpowered by humans sometimes. However, the humans they get overpowered by are the protagonists. And again, they're the protagonists. They got that plot armor, baby! So, yeah. The Demodog, aside from the protagonists, they are capable of absolutely yeeting humans around like nothing, bashing them through walls. Not through walls, into walls. They are also highly intelligent, capable of coordinating attacks, working together in groups, and they're also pretty curious, but that curiosity can sometimes lead to their downfall, as they were intrigued by a ticking that was going off in a room, and well, that ticking was a bomb. So Demodogs are highly curious, and that can sometimes be their downfall. However, when it comes to durability, they're just meh. They tank guns, but that's more than their resilience and their actual durability. They can also be cut by regular knives, as their skin literally has no armor at all. So, yeah, with all that covered, let's get into the battle analysis. And starting off with speed. And well, yes, the Viper Wolf is fast, not nearly as fast as the Demodog. Like, not even at all, not even a little. So this category goes to the Demodog. Now, next up is agility. And now this category, again, isn't close. The viperwolf is, again, pretty agile, but the Demodog is much more agile. And now in physical strength. Now, while it seems the Demodog might have the advantage, as it was capable of throwing around many humans, the viperwolf is capable of overpowering Jake Sully, who again was 10 feet tall and is very, very, very strong, capable of overpowering multiple humans. So the viperwolf, without a shadow of a doubt, takes strength. Now, biting strength. Now, the Demodog, I mean, sure, it can like tear through human flesh, but that's pretty much all that we see from it in the show. The viper wolves, on the other hand, are capable of crushing bones. So in terms of biting strength, this category goes to the viper wolf. Now, durability. And I really don't have to think I have to say anything. It's the viper wolf. The Demodog literally has no form of protection. And well, yes, the viper wolf does get stabbed into a lot. The beetle-esque armor should at least provide some resistance to the Demodog's bites and slashes. Now, next up, we have terrain adaptability. Who can adapt to their terrain best? Now, Demodogs, they actually can go through a lot of like different types of environments, such as being in tight buildings, junkyards, I think. Also, like cities. They're just used to a lot of terrains, while the viper wolf is really just used to jungle environments. So this category goes to the Demodog. Now, next up, we have intelligence. Who is smarter? And yes, this isn't a picture of Albert Einstein, by the way. Now, the viper wolf is very intelligent, and so is the Demodog. Both of them have many things to offer in terms of intelligence, such as both of them are really good at coordinating together in teams. The viper wolf forms more emotional bonds with those of its pack. The Demodog really doesn't. However, they are highly curious animals. So overall, in terms of intelligence, it is an 8 high. Now, for the final category, which is the one and only senses. Who has better senses? Now, the viper wolves, they are no slouches in this category, as the Demodogs really don't have anything to offer in terms of senses. Aside from like hearing, their hearing's kind of okay. However, the viper wolf, oh my gosh, these guys have incredible senses of smell, even better than the likes of the Komodo dragon, lions, hyenas, you name it. They're for sure up there in terms of like earth animals, detecting smells of prey from over multiple kilometers away, and their vision's not half bad either. While they don't have really that good depth perception, they have like pretty good like hang on, what am I saying? They have incredible depth perception. They're just not really good at like eyesight in general, but they have good depth perception. So, with all that covered, the Demodog versus the viper wolf. Who will win? Now, the Demodog has a lot to offer in this fight, such as speed and agility, which it easily takes over the viper wolf, and it can use that to gain the advantage and strike the viper wolf when it's most helpless. However, the viper wolf, with a single bite, with its crushing bite forces, would probably dismember the Demodog if bit in the right place. It would absolutely destroy its limbs. The Demodog would get dismembered. Its body would get cut in half. So overall, this fight is super close, with the Demodog being able to outlast and outpace the viper wolf, but with the viper wolf being more durable, being capable of tanking many sorts of attacks from the Demodog, as this fight, in my opinion, wouldn't really do that much to the viper wolf. However, with that bite, it would easily take out the Demodog. However, I just don't see it landing. If it gets lucky and it bites down on one of the limbs, it's game over. So, for that reasoning, I give the W to the Viper Wolf. Now, the Viper Wolf takes this fight with extreme difficulty. And honestly, this might be one of the closest fights that I've had on the channel. With the Demodog being capable of tossing around the Viper Wolf, yes, but I doubt that its bites and slashes would be able to do anything to the Viper Wolf's armor. Also, with the Viper Wolf's physical strength and bite, it would in close range combat, the Demodog would probably just be completely walled. So, with the Viper Wolf takes the W, and yeah, sorry to some of my Stranger Things fans, but the Viper Wolf and Avatar gives it the W. And by the way, happy Easter coming up soon. This video will be coming out on Saturday, just a day before Easter. And yeah, I just wanted to say this quick little message at the end. Easter has been turned by society into something that it's not. All the eggs and the bunnies. That's not the real purpose of Easter. The real purpose is to remember the day that Jesus Christ died on the cross and rose again in 3 days. Jesus died on the cross to save us. He gave us a chance to enter the kingdom of God, and he was the only one that could offer that sacrifice, for he lived a sinless life. And yeah, and aside from that, I really don't have much to say aside from like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and as always, I've been the Inferno Dragon.